Listening 2, page 30. Listen to historian James Barber and his theory about personality types and complete the chart below.
Now here's another way of classifying people. Historian James Barber divides persons into 4 personality types: active positive, active negative, passive positive, and passive negative. However, Barber's categories might be applied to anyone, not just presidents. Let's consider each one of these. First, the active positive person is the type who acts on the world and derives pleasure from doing so. He or she is one whom others regard as a take-charge leader who gets things done. Active positives are people who regard the world as their oyster. Daniela, who is president of her school class, doesn't hesitate to use power because she is convinced that her actions will lead to developments that benefit everyone. Secondly, the active negative is a person whose behavior is similar to that of the active positive in the sense that they act on the world. However, active negatives feel negative about themselves and the world in certain ways. Martin, who is a good example of an active negative, is like Daniela in that he goes out and gets things done. But unlike Daniela, he doesn't get much inner satisfaction from doing so, which is surprising, given that he puts a great amount of effort into his work. Third, the passive positive is the kind of individual others regard as a nice person. Mark, who allows the world to act on him, is a good example of a passive positive. He can't remember a time when he didn't have a lot of friends. However, he's the kind of individual one can easily take advantage of, partly because he doesn't have a very positive self-image. He is always agreeable, which is what people like about him. Fourth, passive negatives are similar to passive positives in having a negative self-image and in allowing the world to act on them. However, they tend to view the world as a place where unfortunate things are likely to happen. Passive negatives often try to compensate for the world's unpleasantness by getting involved in services to others and by stressing moral principles. Laura, who is always worried that disaster is just around the corner, is the perfect passive negative. She's a member of her school's student review board, a disciplinary group that deals with infractions by students. Are you an introvert, extrovert, or ambivert? Are you active positive, active negative, passive positive, or passive negative? Take a look in the mirror.